Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narsimhan, coming to you live from the CNN News 18 Federal Bank Primetime Studios. First up, ladies and gentlemen, the growth story, the growing story of a Bharat that's rising and is wanting to claim its place in the world. What are we doing internally and externally? That is a story that we must note and be mindful of. Let's try and get you quickly up to speed before we hit the big story of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Kashi today. Now, a report published by the SBI has highlighted that India's non-banking financial sector has registered a growth of 10%, when globally this entire sector has declined by about 3%. These entities usually focus on lending and financing activities, and the report highlighted that Bharat is the third largest entity in the non-banking financial sector currently today, followed by the United States and the United Kingdom. And over the last decade, the entire banking system in our country has demonstrated remarkable resilience, overcoming numerous challenges. Meanwhile, Bharat's pharmaceutical exports in May registered a 10.45% increase to more than $2 million compared with about $2.084 million in the same time previous fiscal. Pharmaceuticals Export Promotion Council of Bharat Director General Ravi Uday Bhaskar has said that the quick estimates numbers that it's a sign of positivity, that they were optimistic of sustaining growth of not less than 10% through this year. Now, following the Ministry of Steel's initiative to brand products with Made in India, Indian steel producers or ISPs have labelled 80% of their products since November last year, and this is what an official has revealed. He added that the Ministry of Steel was the first to initiate a complete branding exercise, and the efforts would result in a branding of 80 million tons of steel out of production in 125 million tons in the first phase. Now, according to a report by data analytics and consulting company Global Data, Bharat has seen the fastest jump in alternative payment share in the APAC region from 20.4% in 2018 to 58.1% in 2023, which propelled it to the second place. Now, the report added that this significant uptake of alternative payment solutions can be attributed to widespread usage of mobile wallets, especially driven by UPI. Now, it's a big boost for Made in India in defense, because the HAL or Hindustan Aeronautics Limited on Monday has said that the Defense Ministry has issued a request proposal for 156 light combat helicopters or LCHs. The company said that out of the 156 light combat helicopters, 90 are to be acquired for the Indian Army and the remaining 66 for the Indian Air Force. Meanwhile, Fitch has upgraded Bharat's growth projection for financial year 2025. Fitch's estimates are in line with that of the RBI, which earlier this month projected Indian economy to expand at 7.2% on the back of improving rural demand and moderating inflation. BJP has hailed it as Prime Minister Modi's decade-long pursuit finally bearing fruit. And the net direct tax collections of 2024-25 grew 9.81% to 4.62 trillion till June 16th of the first quarter over the same period in financial year 24, and officials aware of the figures have said that the total tax collected until June 16, corporation tax itself accounted for 1.81 trillion, while personal income tax stood at 2.69 trillion. And spices export have touched an all-time high too, and on a rebound in volumes and high prices for certain varieties such as pepper, cardamom, turmeric and others. So all in all, a lot of positives that are happening around us, ladies and gentlemen, that we need to be mindful of. Let's also focus on the visuals that are coming in 14 days after the mandate handed a hat-trick to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Kashi yet again elected Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Kashi has chosen me a third time. Mother Ganga has adopted me. This is what Prime Minister Narendra Modi had said, and he thanked the voters in Kashi while visiting the parliamentary constituency today. And this is after the first time since he came back to power. Currently, he is performing the Ganga Aarti at the Ghats, the Dashashwamedh Ghat, where he's graced the occasion of the Ganga Aarti. It's a ritual, a regular one, and the Prime Minister in all earnest performing the Aarti. Soon after this, he will be going across for a darshan of Baba Vishwanath at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. Now, as agriculture has always been a priority, earlier in the day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also making the release of the latest section of the release of the 17th installment of the PM Kisan scheme. Now from Varanasi, he released the 17th installment of the PM Kisan scheme amounting to 20,000 crore to over 9.26 crore beneficiary farmers across the country. He's also granted Krishi Shakti Krishi Sakhis certificates to over 30,000 women from self-help groups as part of the Krishi Sakhi Convergence Program, which aims at empowering rural India through its women. And over 34,000 Krishi Sakhis out of 70,000 have been certified as para-extension workers. He also visited the Dashashwamedh Ghat, where he is currently for the Ganga Aarti, beg your pardon, and shortly he will be moving towards the Kashi Vishwanath temple to perform puja.
काशी के लोगों ने मुझे लगातार तीसरी बार अपना प्रतिनिधि चुनकर धन्य कर दिया है। अब तो मां गंगा ने भी जैसे मुझे गोद ले लिया है, मैं यहीं का हो गया हूं। इतनी गर्मी के बावजूद आप सभी यहां बड़ी संख्या में आशीर्वाद देने आए और आपकी ये तपस्या देख करके सूर्य देवता भी थोड़ा ठंडक बरसाने लग गया। मैं आपका आभारी हूं, मैं आपका ऋणी हूं।
There are a lot of metrics that we can speak about as Kashi, and over the last decade, perhaps the constituency that's witnessed transformation like no other constituency under an MP. Let's go across to Dr. Anand Ranganathan, scientist, author, and also political commentator joining us. Shazi Almi, national spokesperson of the BJP with us. Anurag Bhadoria, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, also with us. And we should have Vivek Bansalji, leader of the Congress, joining us in a bit. Aap sabko namaste, Jai Hind. Shazi Almi, many have been commenting and have been taking jibes at Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi, saying that he's taken 14 days to go back to Varanasi. Secondly, that Varanasi has actually not given him the mandate that was expected. 10 lakh वोटों से जीतने को कहा था, 1.5 lakh वोटों से जीते हैं. It's a come down, it's a major climb down. But PM Modi has gone there and only thanked Kashi for electing him yet again.
Indeed, and you know, in all humility, he has thanked the people of Varanasi, which looks resplendent and beautiful with the Aarti going on. And I think people from the other side will just keep on saying this. This is their res or death row, the reason to be, criticizing Modi, finding chinks in the armor, not realizing that they don't have an armor at all. So I think they will keep on doing that. And as far as a dip in vote share, which is something I'm not going to run away from or deter from answering, would be something that we're looking at very seriously. We're looking at the gaps, we're looking at the misses, we're being honest about it, we're taking the responsibility fair and square. As was Congress for spreading all kinds of canards and using tricks to hoodwink the voters with fake schemes and what have you. So when it comes to Modi ji and Varanasi, it indeed is true. It's a great relationship, and like he said, Kashi has adopted him, and he really looks at Kashi and Varanasi as his mother. So I think it's and people feel that. You know, I have been to Kashi, I have been to Varanasi a few times, and I've seen the impact Modi ji has and how he is loved by all, and it's really amazing the kinship he has. And look at Varanasi itself, how it's flourished and grown. So I think it's great, and I would just wish the naysayers all the best, because that's all they'll come up with when it comes to Modi ji. It's never good enough. So even though we have great numbers, he is the Prime Minister for the 3rd consecutive times. They will not give him any, slack. They will not cut any slack whatsoever. But you know something? Doesn't matter, because we have a stable, strong government out there with Modi ji at the helm of affairs, steering India to greater heights.
Anurag Bhadoria?
मैं तो आदरणीय मोदी जी से, आज वो बनारस में हैं उन्होंने कहा था गंगा माँ ने उनको गोद ले लिया है, तो मेरी उनसे एक रिक्वेस्ट है कि गंगा माँ का पानी बहुत कम हो गया है और ऑक्सीजन की कमी होती जा रही, चूँकि उसमें जीव जंतु रहते हैं, और ऑक्सीजन अभी हो गया है 3 मिलीग्राम पर लीटर, और जनरली चाहिए होता है ऑक्सीजन 5 से 6 मिलीग्राम पर लीटर चाहिए होता है, जो घट के 3 मिलीग्राम हो गया है, और 2 पे अगर आ जाएगा तो वो सब मर जाएंगे जितने जीव जंतु हैं। तो जो वाटर फ्लो कम हुआ है, इस पे अगर आप काम करेंगे, वहाँ पे बैठ के अगर आपके जो अधिकारी उनको आप बोलेंगे, किसी तरह से साइंस जो भी लोग इससे संबंधित हैं उनसे मीटिंग करके, पानी जो बनारस से कानपुर के बीच में जो बह रहा है, जिसका जो हमारा कहते हैं पानी का जो बहाव है वो कम होता चला जा रहा है, क्योंकि ड्रेनेज उसमें आते हैं बहुत सारे। अगर इस पे काम होगा तो हमारे जीव जंतु बच जाएंगे, वरना बहुत बड़ा नुकसान हो जाएगा। ये मेरा माननीय प्रधानमंत्री से आग्रह है, क्योंकि वो हैं बनारस में, तो इस पे कार्रवाई कर सकते हैं, इसको देख सकते हैं। जहाँ तक भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सवाल, ये तो सच है कि वोट तो कम हुआ ही है बनारस में। भाई आप 3.5 लाख वोट तो कम हुआ है, ये तो कम नहीं होता, इसको तो आप कम नहीं आंक सकते कि 3.5 लाख वोट कम नहीं हुआ है। और बनारस के लोगों को कहीं ना कहीं, इस देश के लोगों को भारतीय जनता पार्टी के ऊपर से विश्वास तो उठा है। खासकर उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर में भारतीय जनता पार्टी जहां पे 70 सीट 80 सीट जीतने का दावा करती थी, आज वो 33 पे आकर रुक गई है, और हम 37 पे, और इंडिया गठबंधन 43 सीटों पे पहुंच गया है। अगर जिस तरह का भारतीय जनता पार्टी का जो काम है, डबल इंजन की सरकार है, केंद्र में भी है उनकी सरकार, राज्य में भी उनकी सरकार, फिर भी वो जनता की समस्या का समाधान नहीं कर पाती है। अब देश की जनता और प्रदेश की जनता तो देखती है ना कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी, अभी बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता कह रहे थे कि हमारी सरकार है। सर आप सरकार में नहीं आए, आप अलमत में हैं, 240 आपकी सीटें आई हैं, 400 की बात करते थे, आप बैसाखी पे हैं, सहारे पे हैं। सहारा कभी भी छीन सकता, आप अच्छी तरह जानते हैं। तो सहारे की जो सरकार होती है उसको एनडीए बोलते हैं। आप एनडीए बोलने की आदत डालिए, आप एनडीए बोल नहीं पा रहे हैं, बीजेपी बोलते रहते हैं ना, इसलिए एनडीए की सरकार है। तो एनडीए की सरकार बोलने में थोड़ा ताकत लगती है बीजेपी के प्रवक्ताओं को, मैं देख रहा हूँ, प्रैक्टिस में नहीं है ना, क्योंकि हमेशा से एकला चलो
सरकार है ना, इंडिया की सरकार नहीं। पर आप क्या रियलाइज कर रहे हैं कि इंडिया की सरकार नहीं?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
एनडीए की तो है।
नहीं हमारी तो, हम तो देखिए इंडिया गठबंधन को तो जनता ने सम्मान दिया, इंडिया गठबंधन को। आप उत्तर प्रदेश भी हारे, महाराष्ट्र भी हारे, जहाँ पे आप बहुत दम भरते थे वहां तो आप हार गए। उत्तर प्रदेश में दम भर रहे थे, आप हार गए। अयोध्या में भी प्रभु राम ने भी आपको हरा दिया, फैजाबाद की सीट भी आप हार गए, चित्रकूट भी हार गए, रामेश्वरम भी हार गए, नासिक भी हार गए। प्रभु राम ने तो आपको आशीर्वाद ही नहीं दिया, क्योंकि प्रभु राम समझ गए थे कि आप प्रभु नाम के नाम की राजनीति कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उनके बच्चों का भला नहीं कर रहे। आप उनके बच्चों का भला कर रहे होते तो शायद प्रभु राम आपको आशीर्वाद देते। आपने उनके बच्चों का भला नहीं किया, प्रभु राम ने आपको आशीर्वाद नहीं दिया, तो परेशान मत होइए, कोई बात नहीं। आप आगे से आप मुझे पता है आप बीजेपी में कोई सुधार आने वाला नहीं है, लेकिन ये सच है कि जनता आप नहीं, आप कभी कहाँ बात करोगे? किसान के बारे में आप चिंता ही नहीं करते, आप युवाओं की चिंता ही नहीं करते। यहाँ पे शिक्षक भर्ती किस तरह से घोटाला होता है, किस तरह से यहाँ पेपर।
ओके, अनुराग भदौरिया प्लीज हील्ड, लेट हर रिस्पॉन्ड।
इस देश में
अनुराग भदौरिया प्लीज हील्ड
मानते हैं तो ट्रेन हादसा हुआ है जिसमें 10 से ज्यादा लोगों की मौतें हुई हैं, कई लोग घायल हुए हैं, उनके बारे में संविधान व्यक्त कीजिए। मैं तो संविधान
अनुराग प्लीज
ये बहुत जो इसमें
अनुराग प्लीज
जिम्मेदारी होती है कि अपने परिवार के लोगों का
अनुराग please yield. He's made a lot of points. He's made a lot of points.
Sort of a catharsis.
No, the point is that the Samajwadi Party has every right to gloat a bit with respect to Uttar Pradesh because they have trumped the BJP overall. That's what they have done, the Samajwadi Party on its own, and that's something that we have to accept. It is there. They have also highlighted certain aspects which the BJP, which you said, is now going to dive into and look into, because some of the aspects are very,
there was one constructive.
Very shocking. Yeah, go ahead, Shazia. Yes, please.
Anand, there was one constructive suggestion that came forth from my friend from Samajwadi Party about water levels, and I'm sure Prime Minister and others are seized of it and they would work on it. I don't know the details, but rest of it is just like you said, well, gloating, and with good reason. But is gloating the answer? I mean, you can rejoice and be happy about what you've done, but would you keep on spewing the venom that you do? As always, the fact of the matter is that Narendra Modi ji is the Prime Minister. We are very happy. It's an NDA government. Nobody denies it. If you're trying to, embarrass me by saying, oh, it's not Modi ji, but NDA, we're okay with it. But the fact of the matter is that PM is the PM for the third consecutive time.
No, and it was always, and the
huge.
BJP.
And BJP has done exceptionally well.
the BJP may have forgotten it, but many have not forgotten the Prime Minister saying that even in 2014 and 2019, even though it was a majority mandate, he was very clearly said that we are an NDA government and the allies were still part of the government at that time, even though they could not have been or they need not have been made part of the government or given cabinet portfolios based on what they returned to the parliament. So those are facts. But the other fact is also that Dr. Ranganathan, Prime Minister Narendra Modi continues to stay on the path. He has not, like somebody, said that people in his constituency don't understand politics, and then he moved southways towards the south and said those people are more mature, and today those people stand dumped. He has gone back to the constituency. He said, I am going to be steadfast on the path of a Viksit Bharat and a vision.
Good evening, Anand, and good evening to my fellow panelists. I have three brief points to make. Number one, yes, some of the panelists are quite right about an emotional connect. But let me be honest, this is the Indian electorate that should never, if any lesson has been given to the politicians and to the political commentators, never take the Indian electorate for granted. Never, ever.
Yes.
Never patronize them. So the emotional connect can work once. The emotional connect can work perhaps twice. But for the emotional connect to work every time is virtually impossible. That is, in other words, meaning that the voters are being fooled through emotions. That has not happened. And I'll tell you why the difference. For example, the emotional connect worked in the case of Rahul Gandhi and Amethi. Once, the dynasty, many times. But then he lost the election, didn't he? So the voters, the electorate want something else, something tangible, progress, development. And that is the reason why they have voted Modi again. Let me give you just the figures. They are astonishing. Truly are. I mean, if people believe that Modi keeps on winning in Varanasi because of emotional collect, no, that's not right. The fact of the matter is that more than 20,000 crores has been spent on development on Varanasi alone. Do you know the fact that amongst all the UP districts, Varanasi now ranks the highest in terms of health indices? That is remarkable improvement. There is a 53% drop in air pollution in Varanasi in the last 5 years. That's incredible. The number of tourist footfalls in Varanasi per year is now 100 million, 10 crores, almost 8 times that of Goa. These are astonishing figures. But a lot needs to be done. And I'm not saying that everything is perfect. For example, 128 million liters per day of sewage still flows into the Ganga in Varanasi. That has come down drastically in the last 5 years, no doubt. But still, even 1 million liters per day is one too many. Fact of the matter is the Prime Minister has delivered in Varanasi, and that is the reason why he's winning.
Well, the fact, but there is a come down in the total numbers. So, will you want to look at that as a message that's come from the people of Varanasi that not all Vikas is welcome? Perhaps there is a certain dissonance of those people who have been displaced. The corridors that are being built to facilitate 10 crore viewers, 10 crore tourists into Kashi, perhaps are also upsetting a few 100,000 of the locals who feel displaced after living there for decades.
Anand, as they say, success has many fathers, failure is an orphan. But to pin down, of course, Vidurya ji is right. The margin of victory has reduced, no doubt about it. But one can go into multiple reasons about it: caste equations, vote share shifting, BSP not doing that well, so many others, including the fact that the voters weren't really satisfied with the Prime Minister third time round. Sure, there is voter fatigue. There is so many things that you want that haven't happened. You talked about the corridors being cleaned. So the voters that were directly affected would say, I don't care about the 100 million tourist footfalls and the revenue that's coming to Varanasi. What about my house that's been demolished? What about my road that is now blocked? Sure, there are multiple reasons. I'm not denying that. But the fact remains, as in Red Bull, the commentary goes, there is nothing called badly bruised if you win.
Vivek Bansal, how would you look at it? Because nobody thought that Mr. Ajay Rai from the Congress party would return the kind of numbers that he did. The numbers also show that there was a complete vote transfer. And from a list of more than 42 candidates that contested in 2014, it came down to only 7 candidates in the fray in 2024. So the consolidation of the opposition against Prime Minister Narendra Modi was achieved. That's what the numbers show.
Well, Anand, first of all, good evening, and we are meeting after long. That I hope you remember the last debate which we had, and I said the results and we will confirm to you. And we would take out, either of us will take out for a treat. First of all, let me just remind you. And
No, but that is due, and whenever you are in our studios or in Noida next, it's upon me, sir. And that
Okay,
we'll honor the deal.
Okay.
Always welcome. Ji.
Thank you so very much. It was just a gentle reminder.
Ji.
And our two panelists, definitely every one of them came forward with substantive arguments and which had logic in that. But definitely it's a cause of concern. I would like to say, despite the fact that major financial resources of the country were funneled or diverted to Banaras, entire bureaucracy was focused there. Our chief minister and all the national leaders of the BJP were focusing there. And despite that, the victory margin has been so slender compared to, I'm not saying this, slender in the sense, in the general terms, in the context of Varanasi, I'm saying, that it has been reduced to such a small margin. That reflects, there are so many things, you see. Achievements may have been there, accomplishments may have been there, but there must have been something which must have been helping the voters. How do you explain the fact that all the seats in and around Varanasi, they lost, BJP lost? So if at all, cascading effect is there because of Varanasi, something must have been seriously, people must be feeling. This issue of unemployment must have been irking the residents of the youth of that place. Price hike must have been a cause of concern. Development is not only the issue, development is one of the issues, but for a lower strata of the society, economically lower strata of the society, the major thing is that their price, employment.
Here is the thing. You name the metric. No, 1 minute, Vivek ji.
5 seconds.
Well, I'll come to you in just a sec. See, whatever the metric, do you know, sir, in Varanasi, the per capita income has risen from 28,213 rupees in 2012 to 62,419 rupees in 2020. That metric also, the per capita income has gone up. Okay. The GI tags have increased from 2 in 2014 to 32. Tourism, Anand Ranganathan just counted the numbers. The handloom weavers are now earning 400 to 600 rupees daily, up from 200 to 250 rupees daily. And these are all accounted for, verified numbers that I am reading out as of now. Also, in terms of the real estate boom, the prices have risen from 1200 to 1500 rupees per square feet to about 4500 to 5000 rupees per square feet, and in rural the rates have gone up from 400 rupees to 1100 rupees per square feet. Now at all metrics, how many toilets built? 160 toilets for over 166 crore for 1,38,767 people. Then 280 community toilets, 12 cremation grounds, so that the burning and all doesn't happen at the ghats. It's moved away from Nigambodh. 14 panchayat buildings have been built. No, so there are, in terms of metric and improving the quality of life of the people of Varanasi, all of that has happened. And of course, the tourism that come in, there is also income of the people that's gone up. So that's what the metrics indicate. Dr. Ranganathan, then Anurag ji, aapke paas aa raha hu. Ek karke.
Just 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I have great respect for my good friend Bansal ji, but I do not believe in this narrowing of the margin of defeat because I don't believe in EVMs. They're a hoax.
All right. So that's another debate.
They're like
All those who lose crib about the EVMs, all those who win, they then thank the EVMs. So let's park that debate separately away from here, because point is we're then going to just continuously run around in circles. Shazia Elmi and then Anurag Bhadoria. Or let Anurag Bhadoria speak and then Shazia, you can respond to him collectively. Yes, Shazia. Yes, Anurag.
आनंद जी, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि आप बनारस गए होंगे, और आप बनारस जब चुनाव में गए होंगे आपने देखा होगा कि उसका ट्रैफिक सिस्टम कितना खराब है। एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाने में क्या जाम लगता है, आपने देखा कभी? और ये वर्षों से चला रहा। कह रहे थे कि नहीं, आपकी जो यहाँ तो 10 साल से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की डबल इंजन की सरकार थी, और कुछ हुआ ही नहीं अभी तक वहां पे। क्या हुआ बता दीजिए, क्या ट्रैफिक सिस्टम ठीक हो गया? जो आप गिना रहे हो कि नहीं वहाँ टॉयलेट हो गया, मैं पहले ही बोल रहा हूँ, भारतीय जनता पार्टी डाटा देने में बहुत माहिर। अगर इतना ही सब कुछ आपने कर दिया होता, वहाँ पे आईटी सेक्टर आ गए होते, वहाँ इन्वेस्टमेंट आ गया होता, वहाँ पे रोड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ठीक हो गया होता, तो शायद जनता फिर तो वोट और ज़्यादा देना चाहिए जनता को, फिर तो 6-7 लाख से जिताना चाहिए था। फिर वोट मार्जिन कम क्यों हो गया? आप वहाँ के लोगों से पूछिए तो लोग आपको बताएंगे। हम लोग चुनाव में थे तो लोग बताते थे कि सर आप मत पूछिए, हम लोग बहुत परेशान हैं, इतना परेशान है कि उसका अंदाजा नहीं लगा।
अच्छा एक मिनट, अच्छा आपने मेरे से, अच्छा शाहजा जी अगर आप मुझे, ओके हाँ जी,
मैंने उसके पहले बोला कि जिस तरह का वाटर लेवल कम हुआ है,
we know how little development has happened, but that has not stopped
अमेठी रायबरेली कहाँ चले गए? आप बात बनारस की हो रही बात।
अच्छा रुके अनुराग, एक दूसरे के ऊपर ना बोले ना अनुराग, आवश्यकता नहीं है कि एक दूसरे के ऊपर बोले, प्लीज लेट शाहजा
आके देखिए कि गांव को कितना मॉडर्न गांव बनाया गया।
अच्छा नहीं रुके अनुराग मैं जानता हूं ये आपका स्टाइल है, पर ये द राइट स्टैंड का माहौल नहीं है। मैं आपसे बहुत विनम्रता से आपसे आग्रह कर रहा हूं कि एक दूसरे के ऊपर ना बोलें, प्लीज let's not do that. I don't want to do that. My point is, Shazia Almi, turning your Shazia ji, coming back to you, turning your own argument on your head. If this is what the transformation has happened at Varanasi, and that's what Varanasi feels about their own MP, you said what has happened in Amethi Raebareli, but look at the margin of victory that Amethi and Raebareli has returned for the candidates.
That's exactly my point.
So then what answers
Yes.
that?
Yes, I turned the argument on its own head also. So had it been for development alone, people of India would have never voted for Congress party, because we've known the pace of development and what's happened in all these years. So there are many other factors than just development. There was a fake narrative, there would be some misses and some things that we need to look at, and maybe there were some factors that we might have overlooked. But to say that no development has happened, all the data that has been given is all hoax, is also a lot of bunkum.
Yeah.
So just because the margin is reduced does not mean the work has not happened. It is for everybody to see, and all data is not wrong. These are real figures.
Now I talk about my personal experience.
So let's not
Kashi and my own personal experience after 10 seconds to Anurag. Yes, Anurag ji.
10 seconds.
हाँ जी बोलिए।
देखिए, मैंने आपसे बोला आनंद विकास किसको बोलते हैं पता है? हमारी सरकार नहीं है, केंद्र में भी नहीं है, राज्य में भी नहीं है, और 7-8 साल से सरकार नहीं है। आप आज मैनपुरी चले जाओ, आज भी हम चुनाव लड़ते हैं तो चुनाव हम कम से कम 2-3 लाख 2-3 लाख वोट से जीतते। क्यों? क्योंकि अपने विकास का कार्य सच में किया है। हम विपक्ष में हैं, उसके बावजूद भी हम उनका काम करते हैं। देखिए, मेडिकल हॉस्पिटल वहां बना हुआ है, हमने वहां पे मेडिकल, अरे आप बीच में नहीं बोला, क्यों बोल रहे हैं? आपके बीच में बोला ही नहीं था। हमने मेडिकल कॉलेज वहां पे बनाए हुए, हमने स्पोर्ट्स कॉलेज बनाए, हमने वहां पे,
अच्छा चलिए, लेट्स नॉट डू दिस।
कि लोगों की
अनुराग जी आपके 10 सेकंड हो गए, तो अब मैं 60 सेकंड ले लूं, मुझे अब आप 1 मिनट देंगे। ओके शाजिया अलमी एंड अनुराग अनुराग 1 मिनट रुके, अनुराग 1 मिनट रुके, अनुराग 1 मिनट रुके, अनुराग 1 मिनट रुके, अनुराग 1 मिनट रुके। मैं जानता हूं कि अखिलेश यादव, मैं सुनिए तो सही, अब आप सुनिए तो सही अनुराग, अब आप सुनिए। देखिए ऐसा मत कीजिए, मैं नहीं चाहता हूं, मैं नहीं चाहता हूं। देखिए आई एम गोइंग टू रिक्वेस्ट यू अनुराग, प्लीज यील्ड, अनुराग प्लीज यील्ड नाउ, no, अनुराग प्लीज यील्ड, I don't want to reduce your audio. I don't want to do that. So please yield. See, one of the factors, the expressways, the Yamuna Expressway, the Lucknow Expressway, a lot of it, the inaugurations happened after the Akhilesh Yadav government, but bulk of it was built by Akhilesh Yadav. There is no taking away credit from him. But when it comes to Kashi and Ayodhya, sir, 3.5 decades I have gone to Kashi. For the first, and it's only in the last decade, and in fact the last 5, 6 years, 7 years, when the transformation happened, that I did not have to think about the dirt, I did not have to think about the Sankari Galiyan and the atmosphere in which one had to go to pray to Baba Vishwanath, and how bad and how dirty that whole place. No, 1 minute. How bad? मैंने आपको नहीं टोका, अब मैं आपको बताता हूँ। समाजवादी पार्टी was in power, sir, in 2010. 1 minute. minute. In 2010, Samajwadi Party was in power, and right outside the temple, sir, there was human excreta that was flying in open lanes. That's how you had to. That's what you had to jump across over a wooden pata with all of it in front of you when you wanted to go do darshan of Baba Vishwanath. So, sir, that वो उसका भी मैं प्रत्यक्ष दर्शी हूँ क्योंकि मैं जाके देख के आया हूँ. तो आपने बाबा विश्वनाथ और काशी के लिए क्या किया, जबकि सबसे पुरानी आपकी सरकारों ने क्या किया वो सबको दिखता है, और जो काशी गए उनको भी दिखता है, जो जाने से प्रभु को जो जाने से कतराते थे उन्होंने भी देखा सर, जो जाने से कतराते थे उन्होंने देखा. गंगा मैया में डुबकी लेने से लोग डरते थे, इतनी ये हालत बना रखी थी. सर, कानपुर की आपने बात की, कानपुर में क्या चलता था और कानपुर में क्या जाता था गंगा मैया में, वो भी आपकी सरकार में हमने देखा है. और उत्तर प्रदेश के जितने भी गंगा घाट थे उनकी क्या हालत थी सबने देखा है, खासकर काशी के घाटों की क्या हालत थी. सो डोंट ट्राई एंड आउट shout me, Anurag Bhadoria. You asked me what my personal experience is. This is my personal experience. One minute. So, now, Dr. Ranganathan, moving away from Anurag Bhadoria, I'm not going to allow you to spoil my debate, Anurag Bhadoria. If you are coming on my show, then you have to allow the other person to speak, and don't speak over everybody and try and heckle them, please. Don't do that. Respectfully, I'm going to request you again. The point is, sir, you asked me my experience of Kashi. I will tell you, sir, this place has transformed, and anybody and everybody who's gone in the last 3-4 years who will say that place has transformed. Is there a traffic problem? Of course. Why? Because it's not 1 lakh, 2 lakh people who are going to Kashi now, sir. It is 10 crore people who are going in a year. And that's why. Now, can that be addressed? Yes. Can that be addressed overnight? No. जो ऊपर लटकती हुई नंगी तारे थी उन तक को ठीक नहीं किया समाजवादी पार्टी की सरकारों ने या बीएसपी की सरकारों ने पहले, वो भी अब हुई है पिछले 3-4 सालों में, स्पेशली इन प्लेसेस वेयर देयर इज मैक्सिमम टूरिस्ट पिलग्रिम ट्रैफिक. किसी भी तीर्थ स्थल को ले लीजिए उत्तर प्रदेश की, जितनी भी थी गंगा मैया के तट पर, starting from the top right up to till the time the Ganga leaves and enters Bihar and goes further. You name one place that was developed under Samajwadi Party and the BSP. You had looked away the other place. अरे अयोध्या का तो आपने मानक भी हटा दिया था, माइलस्टोन भी हटा दिया था. अयोध्या का मानक भी माइलस्टोन भी हटा दिया था. मैंने विकास किया है भाई, अंडरग्राउंड इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन अयोध्या का हमने किया है. समाजवादियों ने बनवाई है. डॉक्टर रंगनाथन.
Anand, yeah, thank you. Very briefly, 2 points. You know, Anurag Bhadoria ji is saying that development wins votes. He's accepted that. He talked about Manpuri and he talked about other dynasty, Sion constituencies that he says is implying that, Samajwadi Party has won there because of development. In the same line, he is refusing to accept the figures that we are giving, that you are giving about development in Varanasi. Now, it can't work both ways, right? If 100 million tourists are visiting Varanasi, how can that data be wrong? Are you saying that is only 5 million, 10 million? How much are you saying? The fact of the matter is things have improved in Varanasi. And as far as traffic is concerned, I would invite Bhadoria ji to go to Bangalore. वहाँ तो Google lady भी कहती है, मुझे दिल्ली ले जाओ, मुझे Bangalore में नहीं रहना.
But the other thing is, Shazia Almi, has this Vikas come at a
नहीं, मैं जवाब दे दूं 10 सेकंड.
1 second. आ रहा हूं अनुराग जी. I'll come back to you. Promise I'll come.
10 सेकंड.
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. मैंने कहा
I'll come back to
you.
नहीं 10 सेकंड, ज्यादा नहीं 10 सेकंड.
अब आपको मेरी बात
नहीं, हमने बोला
नहीं, अब आप मेरी बात रखिए. अब आप मेरी बात रखिए. मैं कह रहा हूं I will allow you to come back. I will allow you to respond, sir. But listen to Shazia Almi and then please respond. I request you. Yes, Shazia Almi. Here is the thing. Not perhaps all of the Vikas went down well with the local people. To this election, it's not just national issues. Local issues have mattered. And somewhere, local issues, people have said, we want to take it out. We may not have a problem with the MP, but we may have a problem with what his broader vision has done in our day-to-day lives. Is Kashi sending that message? Is Ayodhya sending that message?
Sure.
Overall, the entire constituency is all put together.
Great question.
So 2 things here. While I believe that development is the only reason why government should be chosen to power, because that's a sole job profile. They are there for development and nothing else. I believe in that. I mean, the job of a government is to provide good governance, which is development. So, but it is not always the sole criterion on which votes are given. Had that been the reason, we would not have had parties like Samajwadi and Congress and RJD ever winning elections, because we know that they stand not just for no development, but the antithesis of it all. And they manage social engineering and caste equation and use identity politics to their political advantage. We all know that. Now, the second point that I want to make is, yes, you have a point there that in looking at a broader vision, in fast tracking development and modernizing things, somewhere there have been sections and communities who have not, it has not benefited them, and they have been at the receiving end because of the pace of development and the way it was being done. There are smaller sections who felt perhaps that in expanding, let's say, the roads, they have been left out. They have not got. Maybe there have been middlemen who have not provided them enough compensation, and the various other factors, the caste arithmetic, BSP being a non-starter there, their 18% shifting, so various things. But development is the only thing that the government should be in power. I believe that.
The development,
so far, these other governments have been there.
The point is that development is the bedrock. But there are other factors. It's this development that has given him this win margin of 1.5 lakh votes. But there could be other factors that then layer up beyond over this bedrock or the base of development, which perhaps in Varanasi there is a message. Perhaps in Ayodhya there is a message. Perhaps in some of the other places, especially eastern Uttar Pradesh, there is a message. And it's a big one because that's the biggest dent for the BJP. Uttar Pradesh is the biggest dent for the BJP. Yes, Anurag Bhadoria.
True.
जी जी, देखिए मेरा सीधा सा सवाल है, हमने मैनपुरी का विकास किया, हमने कन्नौज का विकास किया, हमने आजमगढ़ का विकास किया, उनका तो विकास किया, उसके साथ साथ पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश का विकास किया। एक्सप्रेस वे हमने बनाया जो आगरा से लखनऊ तक का, इसको विकास बोलते हैं। हमने मेट्रो स्टार्ट की उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर में, इसको विकास बोलते हैं। हमने स्टेडियम, इंटरनेशनल स्टेडियम बनाया जहां पूरे विश्व का मैच होता है, उसको विकास बोलते हैं। हमने 100 डायल बनाया था जिसको 112 आपने कर दिया, उसको विकास बोलते हैं। सिस्टम मजबूत किया। हमने 1090 महिला सुरक्षा के लिए बनाया जिसमें महिलाएं मजबूत हो, इसको विकास बोलते हैं। हमने यहाँ पे हमने देखा रिवर फ्रंट बनाया जिसको विकास बोलते हैं। हमने पार्क्स बनाए, चाहे जनस्म पार्क यहाँ पे हो, जनस्म पार्क हो या लोहिया पार्क, ऐसे पार्क हमने डेवलप किए, इसको विकास बोलते हैं। हमने बेरोजगारी भत्ता दिया, हमने बच्चों को पूरे वर्ल्ड से कनेक्ट होने के लिए लैपटॉप दिया जिससे पूरे वर्ल्ड से कनेक्ट हो जाए और आपने उन्नति कर पाए।
10 सेकंड बोला, मैंने आपको वेट कराया, इसलिए मैंने आपको सवा मिनट से ऊपर दिया।
एक ही चीज को
एक मिनट, आपने मैनपुरी कन्नौज, मैनपुरी कन्नौज आजमगढ़ और 2 एक्सप्रेसवे। This is for a 25 crore population. 25 crore population of Uttar Pradesh. Over 2 terms. Over a spread of 15. Over a spread of 50.
हमने मेडिकल कॉलेज बनाए, हर जिले में मेडिकल कॉलेज।
रिवर फ्रंट आपने पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश के लिए नहीं बनाया, आपने रिवर फ्रंट सिर्फ लखनऊ के लिए बनाया। आपने नोएडा से गोरखपुर लोगों को जोड़ा नहीं, नोएडा से बलिया तक लोगों को जोड़ा नहीं, ये जोड़ने का काम नहीं किया। ठीक है सर,
ग्राम आवास बनाए।
आपने जो काम किया सर, द पेस ऑफ द विकास एंड द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द विकास वाज नॉट एट द प्लेस। नहीं, अगर ऐसा है तो देन आपको कास्ट का गेम खेलने की जरूरत नहीं है। आपको कास्ट का गेम खेलने की जरूरत ही नहीं थी। जो कास्ट का डायनामिक्स और गेम आपने खेला वो गेम खेल रहे हैं, आप खेलते हैं सर, आप ये गेम खेल। मैंने क्या कहा कि आपने बनाए 2 एक्सप्रेसवे जिसका क्रेडिट किसी और को नहीं, आपको जाना चाहिए, आपने बनाए, लेकिन आपने क्या लोगों को जोड़ा? आपने पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश में कम से कम 40 such towns are there, 40 cities are there which are supposed to be developed. Did you do it? Did you help clean up the Ganga? No. Did you clear up the Kanpur tanneries? No, you didn't. Did you clear up Prayagraj? Were you able to organize the Kumbh the way it was done under Yogi Adityanath? Many questions remain, sir. Many questions remain. No, sir. नहीं बनी सर। नोएडा में बेसिक लॉ एंड ऑर्डर पे आप फेल हो गए सर। बेसिक लॉ एंड ऑर्डर पे आप फेल हो गए थे। बेसिक लॉ एंड ऑर्डर पे फेल हो गए थे। आनंद रंगनाथन have to wind up after this. Yes, Anand Ranganathan. No, Anurag, please yield now. Yeah.
No, just using Anurag.
No, you're still speaking, Anurag. I don't want to mute you, Anurag. Please yield. I don't want to mute you on air. Please don't do that. Yes. Dr.
Using Anurag ji's logic that whoever does development wins because it shows. I want to ask him, why did he lose by such huge majority or margin to UP assembly elections if they have done so much? Please answer.
देखिए, मैं आपको जवाब दे दूं। उसके पहले हमें वोट परसेंट आया था 26% और 2022 में असेंबली इलेक्शन में मुझे वोट पड़ा 36%। आप क्यों भूल रहे हैं इस बात को? आप थोड़ी वोट मार्जिन से सीटें रह जाती हैं, उसके बावजूद ही हम 123 सीटें जीते थे। लेकिन ठीक है, हमारा वोट परसेंट भी बढ़ा था।
Now I got to wind up on that note. I've run out of time. I have to wind up on that note with just this aspect. No, Anurag, please. I have to wind up. Anurag, please wind up. Anurag, please. देखिए, सबके वोट शेयर बढ़े हैं सर। बीजेपी का 2014 के बनस्पत अब 2024 में वोट शेयर कम से कम 4.5-5% बढ़ा है। बाकी सारी पार्टियों का कम हुआ है, ज़्यादा बढ़ा नहीं। So there is a lot of things, but yes, there are 6-7% vote share gap. Had it been just 1.5% more votes for the BJP, sir, they would have won 72 seats in Uttar Pradesh. So there are numbers which can be looked either ways, and then the whole storyline itself would have been different. But right now, thank you very much. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is still in Kashi. We're going to take a short break. He is going to be praying at Baba Vishwanath and doing a darshan there, and that special puja that he does as he sits inside the sanctum sanctorum and then worships Lord Vishwanath. Those pictures will come, but we will turn our attention, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back to another story that must be spoken about. One cannot say, normalize or blank out the kind of post-poll violence and vendetta-driven violence that's visible in Bengal. It cannot be par for course. Other states, other parties have won with historic mandates. But look what is happening in the name of vendetta and political violence in Bengal. Why is nobody picking this up, and why is nobody taking Mamata Banerjee and asking the Home Minister of the state of Bengal, Ms. Mamata Bandyopadhyay herself, some very, very hard questions? Why is it left only to the Calcutta High Court to do that? Stay with us.